All right, welcome to the Pirates. We are ready to have some fun as we continue into Nicodranus. Next, excuse me. Last time, after putting in their information, after going to Faringerans, having some dinner, and starting to suss out what may be going on with this individual, our crew sent information back to the main hub that is the island of Darktoe, where the new Plank King and their High Council began figuring out what precisely to do next, including what other avenues they needed to pursue with other crews and such things. And those pieces on the chessboard have been begun to be put in place, as well as some that have already been put, and they are attempting to figure out exactly what has happened, waiting for these other reports. However, while those are being finalized, we are still in Nicodranus to find out if we can get a few more answers to a clue or two. And we left off with Jajal preparing to teleport over to Nicodranus. But that will happen at some point, we hope, assuming a few mishaps don't occur. With that, we'll get back to our current crew, who really were just settling down for the night, I believe. Is there anything y'all wanted to do before your long rest?
We had a good meal. I'm ready to chill, knock out.
Out of a slight sense of paranoia, having come back from Varanjaren's place, Sunder's going to send Toth out the front door and around the block just to patrol a couple times and look around and see where we followed. Was there some kind of weird activity going on? Is there reason to believe that our fine dining experience with blood and muck on us, I guess, was noticed or observed by someone? So just poking around.
100%. Yeah, go do a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Where is my card, little bastard? Here it is. All right. That's an 8.
All right. With an 8, going over, doesn't really seem to be anything that becomes of notice.
Damn it, Toth. I'm at least going to leave him invisible, camping near the door for a little bit, just to see if anybody interesting comes by the front door. And his passive perception is an 11, so I expect almost nothing, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Worst ADT ever.
Good. Okay. Anything else? Okay. In that case, let me go ahead and take your long rest.
I think for the first time in probably a couple decades, Dozer actually just sleeps. Thinking, let me see what Sunder and Melon are talking about of not actually working while you sleep. Going to bed at 1 HP after fighting undead fiery or potentially undead fiery explosives.
All right, so hypothetical. Does this actually add exhaustion or remove exhaustion for you?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Oz sleeps the bare minimum to get the long rest. Staying up a little late and getting up a little early. and
Upside
then
down or
walking
flat?
Curled up. He's not.
This man's not a vampire. God damn.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, he curls up into a very small, Yes, pretty much. But he does get up early enough to go and get his 2 giant travel mugs full of coffee.
Do you sleep on your stomach? Or how does that work with your wings? Like, do you just sleep on them?
I mean, they fold in pretty nicely. It's more of a... I try not to sleep on my back, but side is good. Side/belly, kind of similar
Awkward
to
grips.
a cat. Similar to a cat. It's actually probably the most comfortable for him.
Very nice. Continue. All right. Then you all come to wake. What are your orders of business?
So new day, third day. I need to do some more chopping. It's my last day of fucking chopping shit up. And then I'm going to check in on my main man. God damn it! What's our guy name? What's our partner's name?
Renato, Dogson,
Yeah. Sorry.
Baron. Which part?
I'm gonna check on Bernardo because it's been 3 days since I gave him the bullet stuff in the first place. I don't know. I think he said 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna just ask him, see what's up. Maybe he had a good day, and then go from there. And then we got the last, and then we got the dinner that involves the gentleman with methyl sometime tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night. My bad.
Because he said the guy wouldn't be able to come.
Yeah, we had a day
days.
between. You're right. Yep.
I do want to, if everybody is available to, or if some people are available to, we had talked about going to see Sai and Rai again to see if they knew anything about the graveyard stuff. Our undead lady friends underground.
The term "lady friends" makes it sound like one of us is hooking up with them.
Maybe. Fair enough.
No, that's a lassie. That's a lassie friend.
Sunder's nearly undead.
I'm not nearly undead. I'm just half borrowed. It's not the same thing. Think of it as like
You look pretty
rinsing or
emaciated.
You didn't seem to be a spoken for man, Thunder.
I mean, I'll go for whatever's interesting.
Interesting or interested?
Not interested. Interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Fair enough.
have I done orcs? Yes. Have I done trolls? No. Like, it's entirely a matter of like curiosity.
All right.
If that's TMI, I can join you in the butchering and just watch you cut things up again for the whole day.
I got a few hours. It should take. We're at the tail end. So it should
That
take
reminds
about
me,
2
still
hours.
gotta check in with the damned Innkeep and find out if we have any replies to our very eloquently written note offering.
Good luck, HR manager.
I just don't even. I will fire you in a heartbeat.
You can't fire me. I'm the owner. I'm the name. One of the named owners.
Melon and Moon. Yeah, that's So you could fire me, I guess, and then free me from this misery of watching you chop things up.
I guess we'll keep you for another week.
I'm a pet. He's a pet. We're all pets.
Amazing. All right, so checking in on what has been happening. There are a few, specifically 3 interests in these job boards that you put out. With contact information.
Ooh.
Do they like provide applications or resumes or like some kind of cover letters?
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's just Joe Farmer's like, I'll sell for you.
Joe Farmer. Joe Farmer don't got no kids.
We could change that.
Or he has the kids and wife and just doesn't really like being home. We know those. I work in logistics. I talk to those truck drivers every day.
Hunter Butcherson, you know?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, specifically, there is 3 individuals. There is Mejan, Gavin Gloove, and Nen Chamask.
None of these don't seem like the forename of the guy or the surname of the guy that we met, though, right?
I forget the kid's name.
Oh yeah, he did give us his kid's name. That's right.
By the way, I'm just going to pick a little bit and say we have this whole channel for notable NPCs, and some of these names are not showing up in it, so nudge, nudge.
Give me a second.
Wink, wink.
Oh no, it's not your fault.
Hint.
Usually, Jonathan does the due diligence and dumps a couple in.
I'll get you a thing, and then Chamask.
Oh, it's way wrong on that one.
And then Gavin Gloove. All right. So, and I'll let y'all take the notes, but Mejan essentially has put themselves up as a few references are included with hers, specifically letters of recommendation for minor arcane practices and potential adventuring. Given her lack of aptitude at full school, she's probably more suitable for the low end of monster slaying or the like. Then Nen Chamask ultimately has a box that has several bits of bone and horn and teeth of various creatures. And that's it, plus a way to contact. And then Gavin Gloove has about 30 pages of them going into excruciating detail of why they'd probably be a good fit. None of it lists practical experience.
I knew I liked Gavin Gloom for some reason.
Things like great self-starter, likes to get things done.
Oh, Oz is reading the entirety
Hard
of those 30
worker.
pages.
But doesn't get any actual accomplishments listed at all philosophical and ways of thinking. I think he's write a lot of adventuring manuals.
Yeah, Oz is reading everything in there. And he's also like, almost like grading it and taking notes on it as well on a separate sheet of paper.
It doesn't seem like the young men we were trying to get applied. It's possible they're not staying here. Did you post this anywhere else?
I mean, I definitely posted it all the major inns, junctions, crossroads, and brothels.
Well, it seems Feep has eluded us. This doesn't appear to be something that he's interested in.
Feet? Working for a guy named Feet?
Feep.
Feep.
F-E-E-P.
Okay. The name
Yeah.
must have escaped me.
Well, you made this before you were trying to look for a feep.
No, we made this to find Feep.
Okay. GM does not have that in their notes.
I could have sworn we made this because we were trying to get the guy's son to basically come find us because it was work that was kind of like in line potentially with what him and his sisters were trying to do. Maybe I'm way off, but I could have sworn that's why we made this. Because it was a ruse to actually like have anybody sell the mithril.
All right. And my thing was actually, no, we were looking for some people to take this off our hands in case we need to go sailing.
You know, crowd, given the not so great turnout we've had for people who want to sell mithril at this point, maybe I should go retry the whole whores and dockworkers district and maybe try to find some other way to peddle this metal because it's not peddling itself.
Because I even have it in my notes. We make a job posting to try and get Feep interested. That's so funny that we're this far off from what we thought we were doing.
Okay.
I'm still lost on who Feep is in the first place.
Feep is the son of the guard that we met on our way back in after checking for the Ankeg and finding that the nest, they'd gone into like a hibernation and had hardened the ground. Jameson, he told us of his 3 daughters, Celia, Eris, and Fenra, and his son Feep.
Such a funny name. I'm thinking that was just from one of the sessions I missed then.
719, possibly.
I think you and I both missed 719.
Okay.
There we go.
If that's just really interesting, because Sunder's the one who wrote the thing, so I think.
I mean,
Thunder
self-aggrandized to try to put together something for this crew when initially tasked with writing the flowery speech.
We made the thing the following week when he was back.
Yeah. Okay. I think that. So I think in that some of that was just lost. So.
Yep. I mean, obviously it was for Sunder.
Because after that was when we went into the sewers and found Sai and Rai and whatnot. So there was a lot more that happened in that episode.
I remember that part.
So you didn't get Feep. Next.
No Feep.
Anyway.
Now at least everybody knows that I'm not crazy. Oh, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah, I have to admit there was a reason why I was like hoping to get everybody back. 'Cause I admit, with everyone going in, I have had a harder time figuring. We've been jumping a lot, so I'll get feedback in there. There's a reason why I was like, "What are we doing?" So yeah, what would you like to do?
It doesn't appear that our posting was successful. Should we? They're trying to acquire power. Is it perhaps they might have visited Bernardo?
You're talking about Feep still, right? Or somebody else? Feep. Okay. So, I mean, only so many people you can go to for a job that makes you super strong and powerful around here. Well, shit. I can think of one we saw last night.
Well, I mean, what's a job that you would need to be very good at talking? And at that point, gentlemen, I must leave. I got to cut up this bullet. I will see you soon.
But like, let's say, dental aside, right? Let's say you want to go like Sorcerer's Apprentice. The basic assumption has to be it's a life or death experience. Well, except for one other option that I've seen. Pretty much from the get go, you either are the experiment or you are the grist in the mill. So, who wants to volunteer for that shit? Especially around here where like the buildings have fallen over. Like, there's so much not money to be made. Opportunity just lying in the streets for people with the fast fingers to pick it up. Why would Feep want honest work? Okay.
I don't know. And I pull out the 3 swords braided together that Jameson had given us, telling us that they would have a similar object. Because I think we were just trying to, like, if we were like, oh, if we see your kids, like, we'll let you know type thing. Because they have an idea to rule over others. Not sure why we thought mithril. I mean, mithril's not exactly a common substance, so maybe like, oh, where did these people get this? Type thing was the idea behind it.
Right, and that like you're after you take the job, you basically have your like own kind of traveling business, right?
Right, right. But like normally, showing off flashy metals are not from here gets you cuffed and stuffed.
What does that mean?
Picked up by somebody, either the local security forces or criminal entities or somebody else. Like if you're walking around unprotected with a lot of very valuable things, you're just kind of a target.
Yes, I suppose that could be true. But that's why we haven't been walking about with it.
But we're putting out a job posting for people to take that role.
Though I suppose we should interview these people to see if they...
Let's do that. Yes.
I mean, Melon's busy for the day. All I was planning to do was help Bernardo or go see Cyan Rai, but I did not want to traverse the tours alone, and you all seemed like you had other business to attend. At this point, it might actually be a possibility to sell the mithril.
We could try.
Or at least bring on this one of them. I mean, they might all be unhelpful hires, so... But we did request the things. It would be rude of us to not at least speak with them.
What about that? Maybe.
We don't know what Master Jarren's contact will actually be providing, so...
That's fair. I mean, to me, the 3 applicants seem equally qualified.
I don't think you think that's true, based on the face you're making.
What face?
After Oz has read through all of Gavin's thing, he's going to go over and start trying to identify the bits of bone, horn, and teeth from Nen's box.
To determine what creatures.
Yeah, like, are they just like some
Muskrat.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are they actually dangerous things that he might have fought in, or is he just like, you know, throwing in some cow bones and chicken bones and shit?
This is what was found after the pigs were done with it.
Make
Yeah.
a nature check.
30-20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So, contained in here, you can see what you'd assume would be almost a hatchling dragon. As well as some, like a very large, one could say, a giant badger.
All right.
And some type of large bird.
So these are like actually dangerous things that, you know, whether or not he himself has fought is undetermined, but you know, at least he put forth. Yeah, at least they're things that, you know, if he did fight them, are actually dangerous.
So maybe candidate, maybe?
If we're actually looking for somebody,
I mean, it doesn't mean he's gonna be good at selling obscure metals, but it means he can probably at least defend himself to some degree.
Wait, at this point, are we just looking for hirelings to assist with the work we've been doing about?
Wasn't that always half the plan? Half the plan was hire some die, some survive, and some make money, and then the other one was to find this feet dude. Like it was a split objective, right? No,
Oh,
was it not?
okay. I might have perceived it incorrectly, but that's fine. But where are we getting the coin to pay for them?
So when you sell mithril, you get money back, and then amongst the money you get back, you keep some and you give some to the people that sold
Yes,
it.
I understand the concept of selling a product, but we haven't yet sold that, and we don't have any other income streams currently.
Careful with the we. We made money recently. We made like 250 on the last encounter with the graveyard. There's income. We're just not a ton.
Speaking of which, did we just split that evenly, or have we established a party fund?
Whose pocket was that in? I forget. I thought it was Dozer.
I just wrote 250 in the thing, so I didn't.
I mean, if you want to split it out, we can split it out.
I still only have 1 gold, so I know I didn't add anything yet.
Let's see, 250 split what? 6 ways? That's what? 40 each?
With some left over, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's 40 and then change.
It's 41 each and change, I guess. 41 and a half, quarter? What is that? My math's bad. Yeah, we can just split up the 250 now if you want to.
2/3.
What's that?
2/3
2/3 of a gold?
a piece, yeah.
That translates neatly into not gold.
Yeah, that is true. I'm just saying that's what the.
Technically, it doesn't because there's going to be a little shave left over for somebody at the end. Just a little powder on the.
I mean, if we wanted to make it real easy for dividing up, it could have just been 252, or
Let's just take 41 each, 6 and 2.
And then we just lose
40.
change.
No, we just give it to somebody, right? Dozer, finder's fee. We've been renting your pocket to use this gold. You get the extra 6, I guess. Whatever. It's fine.
Or we could each take 35 gold and have 40 in a fund for inns and the like.
Who trusts somebody to hold the? Wait a minute. Yeah, let's do that.
We could put it in my
Trunk.
No, I wouldn't stuff it up my trunk. That's
I thought you
disgusting.
had, like, a
No, I
physical-
thought he was talking about your suitcase over there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's another word for that is a trunk.
Is this another joke that you all are playing on me? I don't carry a suitcase.
Well, no, it's back on the ship, right?
I have a
We all
backpack. We
get
could use
one?
that. Yeah.
I thought in the portable hole, perhaps. So that wouldn't exactly be convenient to get it out if we needed it quickly. But if we're at a place where we're using a party fund, as you said, Oz, we're not exactly in danger.
I'm fine with 35 each and then something in your non-existent trunk. That's totally fine with me. But somebody has to decide to carry it and represent the party funds. Which, by the way, should be spent on parties occasionally.
As long as there's hot chocolate.
Right, always. So 35 each
And coffee.
and coffee and rum. For 35 each. There we go.
Okay.
And the rest to the rum and hot chocolate and coffee fund.
So I will just in the middle of like find a spot bar, or did we go back to our rooms, or what? where
I assume
were
we're
we
just
reading
at.
from?
Public room.
I assume we're just at a table in the common
So
area.
I just
there.
find a spot that is not open, or that the people aren't like in the middle of, and I lay out my portable hole, and I drop a little pouch of 40 gold in it, and then I pick up my portable hole again.
Convenient.
I mean, you could have just put it right there on the wall and tossed it in.
Or pockets exist, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the money's all sorted out. So now you're not dirt poor anymore. You have a little bit of coin. So if you were required to pay for a day's wage to try out a new employee, you could do so, right?
Why would I be paying the employee?
Hypothetically,
Wouldn't it come out of the
anybody,
party fund?
not just you, anybody.
This would be a party hireling. I feel like that would be something that the party fund would be used to
I
pay
agree.
for. So were you going to go with Melon, or did you want to come with me to see Cyan Dry?
I'm curious about Cyan Dry at the very least, personally.
Yeah.
Rye, not dry.
Rye, Cyan Rye.
Yes.
Let's try this. That sounds great. It was fun watching Bone and Sinew and Cartilage get decimated by the smooth hand of someone who scares me, but not today. She's really good with blades, like in a scary way. Melon's scary with blades.
I can't imagine her hands would be that smooth with the amount of work that she
No,
does.
I mean the measure, like her ability. Never mind. Well, you ever seen somebody butcher a pig or a cow?
No.
You can always tell who's been doing it 1,000 years and like is just really good at it, and who's brand new because they are minimal in their efforts. They cut exactly where they intend to, and they're frighteningly precise with how to kill things or butcher things.
No wasted movements. Yes, that I can understand.
Same idea.
Calligraphy is much the same. It's not something
Okay.
that I've learned, unfortunately.
Well, one can hope.
No, it just takes practice.
What I meant was that was a skill you could acquire with sufficient time.
Oh, yes.
So shall we off to the Cyan Rye?
As long as Oz and not Jajal, but Gino
You know,
are willing to come in case we run into more undead.
Willing? Sure.
Abel, maybe. Depends on the hangover.
Stephen,
I
fix your
mean-
name, please.
Oh god,
Melanie-
I forgot. Sorry.
Melanie said that it would just pretty much be the morning that she was finishing up the butchering.
Oh.
So perhaps we just reconvene around lunchtime and we can all head down then.
Well, if she was
Or-
faster before, that means I've probably gotten her way. Okay.
You guys are gonna so love high roleplay doing this alone.
So what are we up to, y'all? What are we doing?
It is just going to take Melanie just basically the half day, or is it going to be another full day of work?
Well, so Matt, the thing I was thinking was that the way that she was going to do the last day is different than that she did the other 2 days while she was observed. This day, she brings out her book. If we are there, she lays out her knives pack as usual. She takes off her coat, puts it on a rack. But after that, she starts to disrobe into the bare minimum, a bralette and things like that. And she's cut one last, an artery that will have some liquid blood left, and she starts to kind of mark it on her in ways that kind of would be in the same places that we would know as chakras. and
Okay.
she lays out her book, and she doesn't use actually her knives while they are out. She actually takes her glaive, and she gets into a fighting stance, and she starts to speak about the places she's going to hit and strike, and speak about this, especially this new type of bullet that she's facing. And as she speaks about it and strikes it, these things record on her book
Okay.
to update her grimoire.
Makes sense. Okay.
She's still carving it and doing things like that, but now it's, instead of a surgical sense, it's now more combat sense. But she's still
Gotcha.
being precise, doing those things, but those movements in now a more violent, aggressive way.
Okay. Hey, give me a survival check then.
It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. All right, then you put them on, you begin to attune to the creature, and you get the last bit of the materials needed. And harvested well.
I put everything away, put it on the cart. I'll go about my day, wipe my blades, well, my one blade that I use, and meet the gentleman at the hotel again. Maybe I was a little bit quicker today than usual.
Sounds good.
This is going to sound weird, Mel, but why do you smell different today?
Sweat. It's really hot outside.
And blood and ichor and other things. Like, you really went ham today. It looks like you did a little bit of a not faster job, but definitely a little sloppier job. You got a little something on your cheek over there.
Well, you must actually, before you're done with the carcass, atone yourself to it, respect it, and know it. Wow. But I shall take a bath and enjoy it.
No, it's not criticism. I just was curious. That's all.
Yep, so I do that. I leave the rest of the parts there and in front, and I go take a bath. And wait for the day.
Did you guys notice there's a certain symmetry to some of the blood markings, or is that just me?
I'm assuming she had her clothes back on, so we would have maybe seen.
Yeah, maybe like on the forehead.
The
and
forehead one.
Yeah.
I suppose that could have been intentional.
It just struck me as funny. That's all.
I certainly didn't see them the last time she worked on the bullet, but I also don't think I was looking for it. You spent the 2 days with her. How did she get covered in blood those days?
No. There were some accents, but it was mostly meticulous. It was very much like watching. I said this before. Watching a butcher slice an animal as opposed to some frenetic, blood and gore splash in your face sort of thing. That's all.
Well, she did mention something about attuning to the beast. Maybe that required its blood to do so.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Or perhaps it's some sort of religious ritual from her order.
Wait, if there was a pagan ritual I wasn't invited, I'm very upset.
Well, just because it might not necessarily be a ritual to a specific god does not mean it is a pagan ritual.
I mean, pagan usually means old gods, but sure.
Well, again, it doesn't necessarily mean it was a ritual to one of them either.
Fair. I'm sure she'll come back smelling flowery, maybe? I don't know.
The lavender's my doing.
There we go. I was getting sleepy anyway.
Would you like some coffee?
No, that doesn't usually agree with me. I just get more annoying but faster.
That's good, because I didn't feel like having to make another trip all the way out there, and I wasn't planning on sharing.
Right, because sharing is caring.
Yes, but there are some things.
Too important to share?
In a way,
Any more
yes.
caffeine and you'll be a butterfly.
Believe it or not, it actually calms me down.
I'm going to go with or not.
I haven't heard of or not.
And with or not for what?
He said, "Believe it or not," and I said, "I'm going with or
Oh.
not."
Oh.
I mean, the little bit that you've seen him when he's actively been drinking coffee, he actually has been a little less twitchy.
A little less twitchy.
Yes,
Does Oz have ADHD?
a little bit, yeah. Hence why the coffee actually helps. Anyways,
So while we're waiting for Mel to come back, so fresh and so clean, Sunder, being bored in a mostly empty common room, will pick up a little rock or a piece of paper or something and start playing catch with an invisible imp halfway across the room.
Nice.
Toss one, stops, flies back. Toss one, stops,
It doesn't
flies
take
back.
too long, but she comes down pretty soon, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Your ladyship.
Oh, such a gentleman. Did you find manners on my time away?
No, I borrowed them. I can give them back, though.
I find it a little odd that you went to bathe when we plan to go into the sewers now.
I had to wash myself of my time. It is, after all, the last day. We are all free of doing our work.
I mean, if you showed up smelling like something else's blood, you might have just been good bait.
You're better bait than I am. Have you seen it?
But I'm so scrawny.
Yeah, but I mean, come on now. You are already someone's bait.
If anything, he would blend in with them.
And that's why we love you, Sunder.
Right, the thing you dangle on the hook. Got it.
Can't have Sunder without Thunder, you know?
We're going to the sewers.
That's way under. So, shall we, or do we need more coffee?
Oh, no, I haven't.
both of my mugs are full. Unless somebody else wants to stop. In which case, then we can stop.
What's your decision?
I don't need coffee.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm going downstairs or going outside.
Yeah, no. Oz is good, but he's not going. If somebody else really wants to go, I mean, he might be able to
To the
convince him
sewers.
to go with.
I thought you would already go.
Yeah, both of his giant travel mugs are already full and ready to go.
She takes a sip. Melanie takes a cup and takes a sip and gives it back to
You
her.
would have to be that he's not just going to let that happen.
Okay, well then I will try to force it from you then. Your paws, or well, not paws, but I mean, you do have hands. They're like claws, more like.
Yeah.
Yes, we established that he has wings that are separate from his arms, and so they would have grasping appendages.
Yeah.
Just rolled a 21 in athletics
To do.
To try to take my
a
coffee
mug
from
out of
me.
his hands.
All right. Oh god, those are that's probably gonna win. What did you roll?
18 plus 3, 21.
Oh yeah, no, there's unless it's a religion, history, or arcana check against it, I'm not going to win.
So I feel like I grab it nicely, and then you're holding onto it, and I grab it really hard. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I take a sip, and then I give it back to him. Like, I just want to try it.
You could have asked.
Seem like a taker. I'm a taker. Nice to meet you.
I'd have been more than willing to have bought you one earlier.
If
To the sewers, then.
Yeah, if the power game's over, let's go to the
Yes.
sewers.
I love how Dozer and Sunder looked the exact same when I said that. You guys both had the same face. You're a taker of knowledge. You know, I'm just a taker of things I want occasionally.
I'm not a taker of knowledge. I'm an acquirer of knowledge and a spreader of knowledge.
Picture of knowledge. I appreciate it. The nice terms, they make it easier to swallow. I understand.
Okay, so moving down into the sewers, you're looking for the two individuals from before.
Signed, Ryan. I lead us deftly with no wrong turns because I've made a map
Yes,
and I still remember the way.
it's true.
We appreciate you and your knowledge.
Yeah, this
Does
is the
Dozer notice anything different on our travel too?
Give a perception check.
Can I do one for sight and then one for smell to see if there's any different scents? Like two separate checks?
Sure.
Just
I would be helping you see. You like looking for stuff.
Oh, okay.
I can't smell for shit like that.
I mean, we are smelling a lot of shit, but
Well, they're helping you because there's going to be advantage anyway. So just
Yeah,
do one
okay.
perception check with advantage.
straight 5 because they were both 5.
Holy crap, son!
I got 2 5s on advantage, and I have a 10 in wisdom. And I was not on my Archmage's favor dice. I have corrected this.
Very good. So,
Nothing that I can recall.
yeah, try to follow the same paths as before. And the differences that you can plainly see simply seems to be a heightened goo level of this. And the strange substance, as well as a few more crystals. Small ones that seem to be here. Pushing through, you see there are alcoves, which it looks like there are constructions of what seem to be many corpses or pieces of corpses that are making a large shape of some type of humanoid.
If there was more of the crystals, I would definitely have stopped to grab some of that.
Okay. Get a few more.
Is the piles, does it look like it's being purposefully piled to like try to make a specific shape, or
Yes.
is it like furniture? Like they're trying to make furniture out of the piles.
It looks like they're trying to make a humanoid shape.
Humanoid shape. Okay, so the piles are coming together. Got it.
Is it breathing?
No.
Do the undead breathe?
No, but the facsimile of life. Never mind. There's lots of things besides undead that you could encounter that like to build things out of themselves, and never mind. It's a whole conversation for later.
And a individual approaches you, skeleton face with a green glow in its skull. You can see a sword that has 6 claws that come off of the hilt. And what looks like a wing of a creature that makes up a shoulder pauldron. It's thick leather, slightly scaled, with a spine that is used as adornment. They approach.
Hello.
Greetings.
Are you familiar with Mistresses Sai and Rai?
I know of them mortals. What is your business here?
Well, we were coming to see Sai and Rai.
For what reason? Why would you seek the audience of the mistresses? Puny as you are.
We had made their acquaintance the other day and agreed that we wanted to bring them no harm, and we had some questions for them. And we also had some information for them as well.
Kind of look you up. Oh, fantastic! So sorry! Right. Dozer, correct?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Just, you never know. There's always types coming down here. Yes. They did indicate that you were to be able to be let in and come if you so desired. I apologize.
What was your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Frederick.
Frederick. A pleasure to meet you, Frederick.
Yes, absolutely. Wanted to make sure that no riffraff are coming through, but I remember. Oh, right. Mel and the delicious looking Al. Just kidding. The little humor for us. We're all the devouring undead. It helps to play the pod. Scare off little ones. It's dangerous down in these waters. But yes, come follow me. Any questions? Anything I can get you on the way?
Anything? I look back.
I look somewhat disgusted. Like, not totally disgusted. Like, when your friend does something really, really done and you're like, ugh, like, that's kind of like the face I have, but for like this community, I guess.
So Frederick, this pile of corpses and goo and such that resembles a humanoid sort of a shape, what? Can I inquire as to what that's for?
Oh, it's one of the experiments of Sai and Rai, actually.
Ooh.
They have been having us decide. Really, you'd have to talk to the ones more over that. I'm on security, you see. I don't get all the lab details. I have to have everyone in their silos at work. Only at staff meetings do we get to discuss some of this. It's just what I can pick up. But yes, ultimately, I believe these are Project Titan.
Project Titan. Interesting.
Yes.
Now, to be clear, you, as a guard specialist, expert, you must know a little bit more than just it's Project Titan. There's got to be some like rumors slipping by or some talk you've heard about what it is this thing is supposed to become, because it's so large and impressive and like it looks so in your face. Like it's got to be useful for something, right?
Well, of course. I believe it's, I guess why I know about it. They're meant to be augment to some security forces. at least for their interim, unless they are taken from security to the general, the Secretary of War, in which, of course, then they would be more on the soldier end of things. But during non-aggression, they would fall under my command.
Right. Makes complete sense. Is there a sense of whether or not things are safe for you all lately, and therefore you're in a defensive posture, or have you guys been encroached upon, or some kind of bad things happening in your direction where you felt like you might need to use your Secretary of War to maybe project power outside this particular realm?
If you are as good with Samurai as they lead you to believe, you can certainly ask them these questions.
Well, I could, but
they're
I honestly
really
don't wanna
not
bother
for
them.
me. They're not for me to answer.
I understand, but
I'm so
this can't be the extent of your knowledge. There's no way, like,
I'm not saying it is. It's just the extent I'm willing to share with you.
Frederick,
Okay.
if there is something that you could tell me, dear, how many are there like you, Sai and Rai, more knowledgeable in remembrance of reality in this?
If I make a persuasion check.
I will. Now you
After he
know.
was just asked to be a traitor and give away state secrets.
I will. Yeah. Oh. I rolled a 9 twice. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, who's...
Better than a 5, okay? 11.
11. Yeah. Oh, a few others. It's certainly everyone upon the council.
Ah, the council. That's great.
Indeed.
If you
Come
can
along.
direct us, Frederick, we could probably find a way ourselves. So we don't want you to leave posted.
Of course. I think right here is a great time for there to be a popping sound as Jajal comes in upon his whiskers, being escorted by this creature.
This does not sound like the ideal time for that, but okay.
I immediately take my glaive and swipe it on the direction of the pop. Sorry, Jajal.
We'll see.
no.
Jajal's, let's see if we figure out what he's doing.
He said, "Wait, say that part again." So we just basically got to a part where we're walking into the undead community, and then you will suddenly pop and then poof into our
Yeah.
area.
Because you said you were going to teleport to the whiskers.
Yeah. So I would have known like where they were at that moment.
I'm assuming to any of your whiskers, you have enough of an object. So not assume, but I in my head when I was putting this together
With the rings, yeah, perfect.
is that if they're in a place in which you have an associated object,
Yeah.
you can combine the associated object with their signets and get to them precisely.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I love that.
But you need
Yeah.
both things in
Yeah.
order to do that.
Now
Like a person without their ring, you would have to go get them. Type deal if they're taken.
let me load up his real quick.
I just like that, you dog. I'm sorry, but like
You're fine.
I'm scared.
Is that
No
Master-
warning, no nothing.
Just pop.
When has he ever warned anybody when he was going to teleport?
There's not in Melanie's life has anyone ever teleported on her, bro. Like that scared the shit out of her. Of course she's gonna swipe.
So wait, did you take a swing?
Yeah, bro. I swung and I probably hit too.
What'd you roll?
A 24.
Go ahead and roll again as he spends a luck point.
Sure. Dirty 20.
Damn it. Yeah, that hits.
So I just hit you for a little bit, not too much, just 6 slashing damage. As it hits, and I see who it is, and I'm like,
Melon.
oh shit.
All right. So you do that. Well, I would say you strike out, and immediately Frederick, kind of stands up to their full height again. Ghostly blue flames fill them as they go into this
No,
battle
Frederick, it's
mode.
all right. This is our master.
Okay, this is in a second. So, and then what actually happens is they put out their hand and the flames encase each of you,
I love this.
allowing you to use your reaction to move up to your speed to surround Jajal. As he just goes, quickly, and shoot her! And empowering all of you to immediately get around them.
I will do so. Well, I guess I'm on him, so like I'm just.
Actually, at this point, you
Yeah.
don't know this is Jajal. You just sort of, this the first strike. They use a reaction as this, as they're just like, no. And repositions everybody, if they so desire, in a good stance against this intruder.
Oh, this is getting exciting.
But they don't strike. They just go, identify yourself.
Yeah, so I strike. I haven't even looked. I just like strike. to
Yeah,
my
you
left.
get in deep. Yeah. So, Jajal?
I think at that point, as soon as I realize I'm surrounded, I would bring the hood up and just go invisible.
What the hell?
Master Jajal, Frederick, this is excuse
What kind of
Melon's
welcome is this?
excuse Melon's drastic reaction, but she's been on edge as of late with what we experienced last night. Frederick, this was our master. Master Jajal, this is Frederick. If you could please reveal yourself
Salutation.
again.
Oh. Whoa, good thing I'm not the one who struck you.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
Yes.
I mean,
Sorry,
it's,
I didn't realize you were a guest of the guests. If I wish it is.
we were not expecting him.
Oh, that's normal.
You really are not good at any of this, are you?
No, not at all.
Maybe I'll be more helpful anyway. Welcome. We said Master Jajal, I believe.
Yes, at your acquaintance. How are you
I
doing today?
like wipe the blood off his shoulder where I hit him.
Oh, it happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, job, but you know, he passed.
Sir, would you like me to take care of that for you?
Oh, I quite like the color. It'll heal. But
Okay.
anyway, is it safe to talk here? Should we? Do we have a moment that we can kind of huddle for a moment?
Oh, do you need some privacy?
For just a little bit, if that's okay. If I'm not imposing.
Certainly. Just a second, and he kind of moves Flame around a circle around you. It's just let's everything in here to know not to snack on you, and I'll just be around the corner. Let me know.
Sorry for imposing.
Oh,
Bye, Frederick.
not an imposition at all, sir.
All right, gang. So I have news. Are we in a safe place now?
I mean, probably not. Depends on what you want to say.
Hmm.
Wait, you're the real thing, right?
Touch me. Go ahead.
I mean,
No,
we we already saw Melon cut you. I don't think he meant in that manner.
Never mind.
So, everybody's really pleased with your progress so far. We spoke about the gooey metal stuff. I'm here to collect some of that, and I also brought, and you'll see in this box that for some reason I just pulled out of nowhere, and these are supplies for all of you. To try to hope to make your mission a little easier, and I guess you do technically have to get paid.
We get supplies?
Yes, absolutely.
I was just gonna say that you pay us for these type of heightened actions, and look, you actually do pay us.
Yes, absolutely. We didn't expect you to do this for free. But you've been having some difficulty?
You could say that. We have a certain individual giving us a little trouble. We're just not entirely sure what to make of this person. It doesn't have to be today. If you can hang around a little bit longer, we can talk about this tonight. But it's been a little rough to figure out, are we outclassed? Are we just not sure what we're looking for? Or is this dude for real?
It's highly irregular. This with everything that's happened, I don't think there's really any real navigation of these waters to equate them to. So the classing part, it's difficult because everything seems to be in disarray anyway.
So we're on our own.
In an essence, but not really.
Okay.
There's support when you need it.
Like a box of toys?
Yeah, more 2 boxes of toys, depending on how much you need.
Oh, Melon's already trying to open this crate, like leveraging her power, like Paul, like trying to get in there.
Is now the time, Mel?
They're yours. Whatever you'd like to do.
But maybe we don't need to show them around here.
Should I put them in the hole?
Yes, I would put them in the hole.
What's
If it were me.
What's in them? I just want to know.
You can find out in 2 hours.
Fine.
It's what you think it is, Joel.
Nice.
It's one of those.
So
I'll put the hole in the wall and move the crate into the hole. Feel it.
That's awesome.
So how long can you stay? Like, are you here to help us out with this situation, or can you stay for dinner or breakfast or a week or something?
Well, no, I think it's just going to be for a little bit of time.
Well, we were on our way to see the mistress's signed rye to. I believe they're undead, but they're not like the unthinking undead. They have gained some measure of sentience, though not necessarily the previous all of the previous sentience that they had. They have some of their old memories, though I don't know if it's a perfect copy of their previous selves.
Is similar to like our older dwarven smith, Glurm, yeah.
No, Glurm is fully an undead skeleton. They are, I guess a zombie? No, because they're not decaying. I don't know how to classify them. A ghoul, perhaps? I checked the book to see if there's any... I checked my book if there's... No, not for what they are, but anything close to, like, their, like, resemblance of, like... Because they're not, like, decaying. They don't have, like, maggots on them like some of the other ones did.
I mean, the closest, look in the book, I would say would be things similar to liches.
Okay.
So the famous bone dragon from the stories.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to come meet them if you'd like, Master Jajal.
Sure. I mean, that was along the stop anyway, right?
We were on our way to see what knowledge they had of the hole in the graveyard.
Do they take hole in the graveyard? Anyway, do they take kindly to new people, or should I make myself scarce for the time being?
You've been seen.
I mean, as long as you don't try to attack them, I'm assuming they would be fine on our word that you are trustworthy.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for that anyway.
Well, then I guess we should proceed.
Okay. So as long as Jajal is with you and Suva's playing Gino as far as combatant, that type of thing.
Gino, come along.
You all are under the effects of Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Because you're being led by the Master Stealth.
Oh, it's flattering. Thank you.
So, Jajal, you being here, you get a lot of parallels, maybe similarities to this. So much is making you tingle about the Deadlands.
Oh, like reminiscent of?
The way that this undead creature even behaved. The way that even this water, I swear this might have been dripping in when you were carving in below, when you went into the sewers of the Deadlands. You sense a similarity to it.
Okay. I think I have a vial. You're talking about the water that's in the sewers right now?
Yeah.
Let me check. I do have one empty vial. I'm going to go ahead and unstopper it and fill it up inside this vial and put it away. If I can collect some of this water.
Absolutely. Then, as you move around the corner to find Frederick, they kind of look a bit surprised because now you're very quiet. Goes, "Who? Oh, you sorry. I keep doing it again. Don't have it. It's a bit. All right, this way."
I touched the box. I'll be back for you later, sweetheart.
What box? I put the box in the portable hole.
Where you put the hole? It's funny because it's in your butt, and I'm like,
I definitely don't shove it up my butt.
As we're progressing, Sunder's gonna like look at Jajal like he's some kind of like strange bug and try to understand why is he so quiet? What's going on with this guy? Like what's his deal? And just sort of like watch and learn and listen as not quite hero worship, but like what is this thing when it comes to Jajal?
Mm-hmm. Very good. As you follow, you can see there are not as well pointed, some more skeletal, none that give you this sense of Frederick, but a few sentries that like kind of go erect with blue light before they go limp as Frederick nods at them as he takes you deeper in. And then you find the tunnel that you saw before. It now has what looks like double doors that have been taken from two different like mausoleums that have been affixed here. He goes, I have to do the thing. We like pomp and circumstance, you understand. And he opens the doors, and you see this large carved out room, larger than you saw before, and now built up a bit with what looks like scavenged pieces of marble and granite that have been able to be found, likely from above, and some limestone as well. As you see, sitting on what looks like thrones made of coffins, are Sai and Rai. As he gets the full ghostly fire again. Mistresses, the mortals you mentioned are here. He bows and they get their heads as he looks at you. Good luck. And exits.
oh my good luck.
I feel it's a touch unnecessary for him to make him sound like he needs to get a cough drop. That has to be hard on his throat.
The delivery was kind of cool.
Hello, Mistresses Sai and Rai. This is our master Jajal. I hope it's all right that we brought him. He came upon us suddenly. We were not expecting him.
It's fine. You are allies and trusted friends of the Court of the Dead.
I love what you've done with the place. You've really expanded very quickly. Quite impressive.
There was a swelling of the waters, and more came about, and Ryan and myself find ourselves ahead of the curve and changing rapidly, which is quite interesting.
Would you say empowered, imbued? What does that feel like?
It's strange. At first, it feels like a buzzing in your head. But as you grow, the buzzing is more discernible. Like whispers of so many. It's as if everyone who lies in the cemetery above or somewhere in these lands is an instructor, a teacher. Their knowledge, potentially their power, is offered.
I wish I didn't know what that felt like. But the swelling, the waxing of power, do you feel like it's continuing? Is it getting stronger by the minute?
Something happens. There was a strange water. It flowed and flooded, and we heard a destruction up at the graveyard. We moved and were able to, I guess, we both found a new ability. We could subjugate others for a time. We did. That seemed to, we think, save off some type of invasion. Or
At the graveyard.
At least incident. And we haven't been able to bring all under control, but we said, you may not leave this yard. And they don't seem to be able to pass beyond the borders now.
When you say...
That's what I had actually come down to see if you knew anything about it. So you've actually already encountered it and held it back.
Yes. It's happened and we moved and we have family up there. We don't want to see them hurt. Or we had family? Are they still family? So they suddenly get very confused and they go, but anyway, yes, it feels as much as we are getting stronger, so is everyone here. Some have made decisions, but some of those, we get the feeling that whatever it was we did, they'll eventually be able to overpower it themselves.
Well, thank you for that. Go ahead.
This new power was from the graveyard or from outside? The thing you fought.
It was a graveyard that suddenly things rose. Creatures immense. It was... purposeful? It seems that those we've encountered down here, who we've invited to be on our council, the magic, whatever is being done to them, seems individualized. But for these things, like it was as if things were pre-programmed.
Like a group mind sort of a thing?
Yes. It's one of the reasons we started our Project Titan. Trying to make things that could potentially combat what is being made there.
So as you see it, your power versus their power, your need to protect and not control, but at least shepherd your flock versus these mindless ones. Do you feel like they are powerful and dangerous? Like Project Titan, and just the words themselves are a little scary to me. It sounds like a significant effort on your part to combat this.
Yes. I guess we are worried on two fronts. One, of course, the graveyards, but it seems that if the forces of Nicodranus were to try to destroy them, they would find us, and we might need to defend ourselves as well.
Ah,
But honestly, right now we are more interested in at least defending so that they don't come down here. We don't know if there is discussion amongst the council on whether, if the Titans are completed, to use them as sentries around the perimeter of the graveyard.
You said the Court of the Dead. How many others have attained at least similar levels of as yourselves? That you would trust them with something such as being upon your court?
Of ones we have encountered who seem to, as you said, be walking a similar path, is 25.
Are there any that elude you?
Indeed, 12 of the 25 we thought were trustworthy. 7 of those 12 we would trust with our lives, and thus invite them to the council. We have similar goals. The other 5 so far have chosen to, as they say, be free citizens as they make up their mind. We still don't know much about them. The other ones want nothing to do with a new world. They all really went their own ways.
but where is there to go in this situation? You have down here, you have up there, you have whatever these new undead things are. You have the Deadlands, and you have the wider world. Where would they go?
Maybe the wider world. They did not share, but she actually raised her hand, and you don't. It's not so much magic like an illusion, but as if she suddenly grows flesh and turns into a very attractive bosomed woman that looks like probably what she looked like in life.
Ah,
Some of us can put on a sheep's wool, as you will.
Respectable.
Though it takes quite a bit of concentration as she lets it pass. And
I mean,
I would say it's not the most mentally healthy thing to engage in regularly.
that's fair. I mean, we certainly have our own guises or visages that are not really acceptable in the greater world. And Sunder snaps, and Toth just shows up on her shoulder. Full, ugly, red imp.
Interesting. Hello there.
Oz, seeing him, goes ahead and gives him a little pet and says hello to him in Infernal.
But I'm sorry we can't be more help. It's what we know.
Well, you've clearly already been of help, seeing as you stopped the creatures from leaving the graveyard.
For now.
We had a friend examine some of the water from down here. We had found a small cache that had some of the crystal, and I pull out the vial and just hold it out to them. He says that the crystal grows as long as it's within the water. So if you find a cache, as long as you leave some of the crystal within, it should continue to replenish.
Interesting. Were you able to find more crystals for us?
I was able to get some crystal from the water.
Like you
right?
did get some big ones. Yeah, you were able to grow.
So, and
they quickly take them when you do, and they hold between the two of them as it dissolves into them. You can see the spine straighten, and it seems like the blue flames on the walls grow a little brighter.
Oz did perform a bit of his own testing, if I'm not mistaken. Oz, you said that a creature was beginning to grow out of the water, right? And it's hindered by light?
That was from the liquid at the graveyard,
Oh, okay.
which was not the same as the liquid
Correct.
down here.
Okay, got it. So yes, the water, as long as there's crystal within the water, and I found that bit, and I tell them exactly where I found
Yeah.
it along the path. There, so perhaps set up, try maybe make a pond of it if possible, or to try to grow the pool. It's the water that reacts with the crystal. So
Interesting. Yes, of course. Should get on this. Another thing we thought is probably worthy to mention: we've begun securing the flows out to the sea. We are worried the effects if this begins contaminating the ocean.
how did you deal with the jinn, the Ifrit?
Hmm. We've cut ourselves off. We've cut that passage off, and from the best we can, we're trying to take the stone that's from the wrecked, and they kind of try to go. We're trying to secure and make it so that this cannot leak too far.
But if you stopper it up, it has to go somewhere, correct? Like, there's got to be some reservoir where the whole thing floods and you all drown. Like, there's got to be some place for it to go. It's not like you can separate the tainted water from the clean water, right?
Yes, we have been discussing this. It was more of. We decided it was more importance to stopper it and figure out where it goes after.
I do have a suggestion at that. You separated yourself from the Ifrit, but if you were to actually redirect the channels, whether you create a small dam for yourself to continue the growing of the crystals, and then have a runoff of sorts directly to the Ifrit, the systems there are set up to purify the water, both of the impurities of the wastes of those above. I have to assume the fires and magics that are used in that would also purify whatever it is that is causing the crystals to grow and continuing the evolution of you and your kind.
I disagree. I'm more concerned about the tainted water making out of the ocean, because the ocean has so many more dangerous things that could get involved. I think if the Ifrit or the magic can't filter it, then you're in much worse shape.
Yeah, are the baby Krakens still out there?
I'm sorry,
What?
What?
Oh, what?
Never mind. Pretend like I didn't say that.
Yeah, but no.
Kraken.
I don't know that they're babies anymore, just above table. It's been a year.
Okay.
Which would make that even worse.
Our engineer's concern too was if things didn't go well, somehow that could also contaminate the drinking water of the city. We don't know what any of these effects are.
I mean, are there upstreams, or do we desalinate the city?
Huh?
No, the Nicodranus has to have a fresh water source, right, coming in? It's not just the ocean? There should be a lot of mages involved for just reducing the salt from the ocean and feeding it back into the... Never mind, it's fine, it's fine.
Our engineer says it actually is 100% a desalination process.
Whoa.
Put on by the elemental forces that are enslaved by the city.
Whoa. I mean, impressive, expensive, impressive. Wow, really? So this town wouldn't exist except for that process.
Yes, it is. Somehow we are in the back of slavery, but anyway, this was a concern of another life.
Yikes.
They continue. They go. one other. We did receive a request for a meeting.
From whom?
The magic placed upon the request prohibits us from speaking the answer to the question which you have asked.
Is there a where?
Is there a what?
A where?
A where?
Not a where-bear, but like a where the meeting exists, where the meeting happens.
Oh, that thing. There's contents that we are not able to.
Was
If-
there a topic for the meeting?
Indeed.
Yes, you no longer have the invitation.
No, it cast its spell as it burned away.
Can
However,
you
what the meeting, the words of it were implying something. What we think it implied is our aid to secure business for this individual or group.
If I were to say a name, could you stay silent if that is who it is? Because then you are not speaking the name. And just continue speaking if it is not the person.
We can try.
Or draw it.
You spoke of business. Is it Master Theron Jaren?
His name was not connected, no.
Okay. Is it the League of Miracles?
There's no organization mentioned. I can tell you this person is one that I had heard rumors of in my life. I'm not eager to meet with them.
What's the famous guy from the Deadlands? Fuck.
Was it the Scourgers?
Do not believe they are. But listen, we could go on. This could be quite interesting. But
You know, just out of the dark, shits and giggles. This wasn't, I don't know, one of a handful of random druids we've come across over the past, I don't know, weeks. Verithia, or what's the other dude's name?
Halamundel.
Yeah, it's not one of those two, right?
no. Though interesting. Halamundel.
We've been sort of on the trails of somebody who caused a lot of damage.
It was she kind of tries to think. Early when I was just waking, there was a cockroach that said they were delivering a message from Halamundel.
Classy.
Something about
Fitting.
survivors and he's sorry.
Isarly?
Sorry. He apologized, I think.
Wait, so this would have been before the destruction above, right?
But there was after, but it's kind of... Sorry, I was just becoming aware. I can't remember anything else. It was something about contacting him, but I don't... It's not there. But I remember the name.
Told you this.
Cockroach, yes.
How fascinating.
Must be those damn animal lovers again.
I mean, I like animals too, but like cooked correctly.
Shape shifting kind.
At any rate, this information we hope was helpful to you. Thank you for the crystals. If there's more, we would gladly accept them. And anything that you can think of to begin some type of process with the surface so we don't end up in a war.
I actually think the knowledge that you all were pushing back the things in the graveyard would be tremendously helpful for some of the surface dwellers to understand that they have friends, allies, or at least co-defenders of the city that are not of the same ilk as the ones that are causing the trouble or the damage upstairs. That would be tremendously helpful to some. You may find some unexpected allies there.
I agree. If you can keep what's here under here.
And if you avoid the obvious and blatant racism.
Well,
Indeed.
you can speak to the surface folk about that.
We've been trying to keep any explorers away as much as possible. But well,
And
we
perhaps instructing the ones that they meet to adopt a more casual and less harsh on their throats tone, that would perhaps help as well.
of course, the theatrics. It was meant to be more off-putting, and thought if we went into the stereotype, there might be a healthy amount of fear for now.
Good show. Good show.
Frederick is quite
Depending on
adept
this-
at his job.
Yes, yeah. Depending on the situation, that could perhaps be a good thing to do. Just, a thought.
Indeed. And again, Sai's been talking. Finally, Rai speaks up. He goes, before we get entirely lost in some of these mundanities, we had discussed a gift of sorts, if you would all find it useful. A companion.
Companion meaning what exactly?
Well,
Like marshmallow?
claps and gives a. There's this hand that has been severed with long nails that crawls across the floor.
Reminiscent. Where do I know that? Oh yeah, flashbacks. Hang on.
We have found some of them have become like pets. If you would like one.
Besides ear scratches and similar, I would say mouths to feed, but there's no mouth. So, what benefit do you derive from this relationship?
They're quite useful at procuring things. And in a fight can at least throw an enemy off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Make decent guard hands.
I try to dab it up, like give it a little fist bump.
Yeah, it leaps up.
Yeah,
And lands.
Mel, I think you're a natural.
I like them already.
We can. It's a bit of a connection that, well, we know how to do it. If we would like to bind to one of you, it's up to you. It's simply an offer to thank you, I guess, to show our goodwill. And
look
also,
around.
it is a signal when you come back to let. Frederick's good enough, but his men might not be as quick to get out of. They would see this. Well, you'd name them, but that would give you a thing that you are a friend of the court.
I look to see if any of the others are willing to accept. If none of you,
I already have my third arm.
Yeah. Well, like Mel had said, they said think they looked at Mal. So, who would like to take it?
I mean, he's kind of cool. He could be useful.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure he would be very helpful for you with your butchering duties.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. You're so smart, Oz. Oh,
So,
I'm
so
putting
far,
you-
Mal and Dozer, do you want to roll for it, or do you want to decide?
Rollies?
Yeah, I'll do rollies.
Digital dice.
Okay.
No trust, no love.
We both rolled 8, so.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, I thought someone rolled an 8. Oh.
Okay.
And that's that.
They kind of get her throat. She goes, "Again, sorry. This is the only way we know how to do this." And they stand up, and the energy flows through them once more, and like flames grow bright in the room. Oh, I'm sorry. What is your full name?
My surname?
Full name.
Oh,
The name for the hand.
oh, the name for the hand.
No, your full name. The
Oh,
name.
Melanie Colley.
Yes. Melanie Colley. We give you this gift. It's a symbol to all. In our place of friendship. May it serve you well. And Sai echoes this, and flames move about you, and the hand leaps up onto your shoulder. There. Now you can name it whatever you like.
God, this day is full of flashbacks.
My eyes are wide open. I'm like, with eyes wide open. So I look to my left, and I'm like, what should we call it? It. Like it. What's up, it?
It. You're so uninventive. Ugh.
Not thing?
It.
I mean, you could just say hand. That would be terrible. In fact, it's not terrible. It isn't
Mono.
terrible. Terrible is not it. Never mind.
It's good. I thought about thing. Trust me.
I say something that has like a little bit of projection with my trunk, and I was, I said hand in Luxodon.
Which you all heard as.
He said Miggy. That's what he said.
Amazing.
Ryan knows. I'm sure that Jonathan knows too. But,
All right. Handing you a stat block, as well as a little bit of a picture.
Sweet, sweet.
Handing.
So many jokes ahead. We were already pretty dirty, but this is even better. Send it. Is that a hand sign?
I was going for the pun, man. It was a good pun.
It was a good pun.
What about Cadwell?
Cadwell or Padwell?
Cadwell.
Not. What the? My man.
Yeah. So
Let's talk to Will.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin's a nice name. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Kevon.
ooh, come on.
Oh.
yeah. So it does have stealth, which is 3 plus your proficiency bonus, and sleight of hand, which is +3 plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's real cool.
So 6 on each of those. Nice.
What's the ferocity?
Yeah. So basic thing is right now, it is first level, and you have 4 ferocity per long rest.
Okay.
So it has to level up also. It's not just the same level as us.
For now.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. It can use objects. That's cool.
Yeah. That's
Yes, it can. It adds. If you're creative, this thing is actually quite powerful.
Had I won that, I was definitely going to use that to help me try to steal from Theron Jaren. Just send a hand under a door, look through the keyhole, vortex warp it.
That's why I thought it was relevant, because you both were interested. So I wanted to. All right. There's nothing else you can get out. Fair enough. Just if there's anything else you wanted from these ones.
No, I'm good. Unless they could give us like a better description of like what it was that was trying to leave the graveyard. Was it like literally just regular undead, or they said
I would
it was?
say that they would say there's some atrocities and things. They themselves were not powerful enough to deal with them, so they kind of did their thing and retreated.
Okay.
They don't really have much
Okay.
to tell you, other than they would say that it seemed to be made up of many bodies and many things, and served as an inspiration. Like that's what they got there. Like, oh, what if we combine many bodies to make things?
Gotcha.
So kind of get the idea that because they think the powers are the energies at least are similar, and so what they see they can probably create is their going theory.
Seems good.
Yeah. Stephen, either as Gino or Jajal, was there anything?
I think Gino's just kind of been like a little nervous around Jajal, but kind of curious. Jajal was thinking like, how does the hand eat, or what does it do for nutrients? Outside of that, no, just been kind of watching.
And what would you like to do?
I look at Jojo and I'm like, so do you hear in your side many places popping up like this? Or have you experienced similar things?
Of a place like this, well, it's uncomfortably familiar, and I'm not happy about that. But I don't really have enough to go on.
Yeah. Jajal, just a reminder, you did learn along with the others that the barrier around the Deadlands had cracked.
Yep.
That's
The
right.
Mains
And
had learned that.
Simon, aka the general, had set his men to guard it and
To contain it, right?
make sure that sentient ones weren't just being slaughtered, even if it meant that they had some losses.
That's right. Decisions have consequences. Okay. But my curiosity is, where is the water coming from?
Right. That is a curiosity.
That's just what we all want to know.
Jajal should be really careful with that.
With what, the vial?
No, with the curiosity.
It's pretty much the epitome of the personality of the character at this point.
I mean, true, but
It's not like he killed anybody before, right?
I mean, and not any humans.
Okay, so as y'all decide what you want to do next, you can tell me after break. Let's get to it, and we'll see what we do next.
Do, 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 do.
Meep.
All right. Sorry. That. Sorry, I'm transitioned to a new diet, and there's things with that occur. So, I'll say I deeply apologize. What is your next move?
Today, I think it's not much. Tomorrow, we got the dinner date with the Mithril guy.
Mhm.
So we can go over our presents tonight. Thank you, Santa. Yeah, I guess go from there.
And also pepper Papa Jajal with 1,000 questions.
Yeah, truly.
All right. Should you go to your inn to talk and look through stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Any RP we need to do for that?
Is there? I don't have a specific question to ask Jajal, I guess, besides the ones I guess I already asked them. Does anyone else have any?
I mean, Sunder's going to be mildly leg humpy the whole time, just because he's heard of this dude and isn't sure what to expect and just like very curious.
You said humpy?
Leg humpy, yes. Like,
Leg
hey, hi.
Aren't you
Leg
good?
humpy.
How's it talking?
I'm ready for that.
This god, and this god, and this demon, and this devil.
I heard one time you smelled bad for like a year and a half. What was that like?
It was rough, honestly. Because I don't like smelling bad, and in fact, that was the whole reason I got this new lavender cologne. And it's really hard to sneak up on people when you foul their nostrils within proximity.
What's the hair like in person? Is he like just as scary and slimy and snaky as I've heard?
No, he's more chill, actually.
What?
I mean, still very Viper-like, but I don't know. It was a pretty pleasant experience for the most part.
I also heard you changed colors at one point. Your entire fur changed colors for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what the Great Scrolls are.
Where did you hear all of this, Sunder?
Oh, rumors. Apparently, weirdly. So, Darktow has a thieves guild and a gossip guild, and in the thieves guild you find the gossips guild. And the gossips guild has all kinds of stories about Jajal.
I don't believe that there is a gossips guild.
It's
You're
just a
not
thieves
going
guild.
to
What do you
fool
want?
me.
No, like it's, there are people that know about the various mystical adventures. There's not a book, but there's a whole lot of like sign language for it. But like Jajal's kind of a thing there.
Never been to
I do want to warn you, though, if you come across any followers of Zahir, don't tell them that you know me.
But why?
They're not happy. The followers. Zahir is okay. Me and him are chill, but it's the followers who aren't.
Well, is this related to the story of the one you really let down, sadly, because you offered her your bed and decided not to at the last minute?
Wait, that's not how I.
There's a story. It's a story. It's fine.
Well, I no, that's I no. See, I don't. Can we move on to a different question?
Is there another reason why you're here? They did send the big boss to come check on us. So, is there possibly a reason?
Wait, say it again.
Is there a reason why they sent you here? Are we doing bad?
No.
We're doing good.
Contrary, I brought gifts and supplies and stuff. I figured it would be nice.
So
She
what?
goes in the box.
What do we do next? Do we do this? Kill this Theron Jaren guy? Like what's the next step? What's the master plan?
I don't think killing would be the best choice because we don't actually have any full concrete evidence, from what I understand, right?
She throws a vicious mace at Oz, like in her back, like she back throws it. Can't see
I
him.
will open the portable hole and pull out the chest so that Mel can start doing all this. So she tried to stick her finger up my bum earlier.
Yeah, I figured that it was Christmas and that's what we were doing. So
The mace is not going to be very useful for me. I am
It's something.
technically proficient with it, but I am not very strong. As I pull mine out and I kind of just swing it around, and it spins me and is carrying me around more than me swinging it.
oh yeah, we understand. It's all good, brother, but you never know.
There's also not a mace in that box.
Oh, there
He
is
said vicious
I
mace.
thought everyone got like basic, simple, vicious weapons because that was what everyone got on the island.
I think it was just the. If it's the
Ooh.
stuff that he posted before, then it's just you got a vicious halberd, and somebody got a
So
vicious
there's
pistol.
10 healing potions. There's a vicious halberd for you. Vicious pistol for. I'm blanking on Aiden's character's name.
Yeah, we know who.
Captain Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah.
There we go. Jesus.
You know, the
two-
captain. He's around.
2 scrolls with enough ink and paper for me to copy, the potion of fire breath, and then studded leather
Oh.
for Oz.
Yeah.
Because you're walking around in regular leather.
Yeah.
So Joe, what's the big plan? Where are we going next? What's the deal? What is the divine plan for us right now?
Ooh, divine. Well, okay, 2 things on that. Divine related, but for this, I personally have a score to settle with the druids, to whereas one of them turned me into a turtle, which wasn't overall an unpleasant experience. But then they themselves turned into a giant dragon, and they narrowly escaped with their lives. It's not something I'm proud of.
So we don't like druids. Got it. What else?
For Theron, it would be nice to get some concrete evidence as to. There's one thing is if he's capitalizing on opportunity, because I can't fault someone for being ambitious and hungry, but if the means are underhanded in causing more people to suffer, then that's not something that I'm really too keen on.
So we need evidence that Theron Jaren did something dirty.
Right. I mean, it would be. I don't feel like labeling somebody unjustly is the right way to do this.
And then you guys swoop in and level a place, right? Is that how it works?
I'm not against that idea, but we'd have to get permission first.
We wouldn't want to start an incident.
More like unnecessary casualties. But Big Boom is fun.
Does remember when we snuck through the sewers and found the underground access to one of the warehouses, and we like poked our heads up and
Yes, it's no longer there.
yeah, got paid to go away. Yeah, that was definitely a potentially boom situation.
Oh, the other part of the divine thing, Sunder. Now, from someone who stumbles across things, if for whatever reason you get approached by entities that you are unfamiliar with, don't readily agree without knowing the fine print. Speaking from experience.
Yep, gotcha.
Feel like it's a little too late for that.
Well, anymore, because it can happen with more than one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, surely only a fool would do that. I mean, isn't that enough of a lesson?
Listen, mistakes happen.
I mean, once is a mistake. Multiple times, one starts to think perhaps
Slow
not.
learner.
Sometimes just being nice can lead to having a mistake. Or misspeaking, or not paying attention fully.
Or finding yourself in the wrong bed at the wrong time.
How would one go about being in the wrong bed?
Well, so I don't always sleep in my own bed, if you follow my drift.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
How did you-
sometimes you sleep
how
in
is-
an inn's bed.
How is
Or,
that? That still doesn't explain how it became the wrong bed. I'm assuming you were there consensually.
Well, initially consensually, but not. Okay, let me back it up a phase. Let's say you discovered rum, and you went to bed with somebody that you thought was entirely the right person. You woke up the next morning and decided they were entirely the wrong person. Is that the right bed or the wrong bed?
I think at that point it's just a bed and you have to live with your decision.
What if you're tied to the bed?
Again, that sounds like a consent thing.
Might have been okay. Let's not split that hair too much. Yeah, there can be good beds that turn into bad beds. For example, shapeshifters.
Who are you
Never mind.
interacting with?
It's been a
that
long
you're
time.
finding yourselves in these situations.
I have no responsibility to answer that question.
Your response is concerning.
It was a long time ago. I'm a different man now.
How old are you again?
You know, like 30, maybe.
It probably was not that long ago then.
you seem unsure of your age.
It's all relative.
I mean, not so much for age, unless you were traveled through time at some point, or
It's on the list, but I haven't done it yet.
You can be de-aged.
Yeah, wasn't there a story about that? With the master smithy gunny dude having some issue with time? I forget. It's in the books.
No, it was an apple. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I saw one of my compatriots do it, and I wanted to do it too because I had been aged, and then I de-aged, but I de-aged further than I had been aged, so I'm actually younger than what I originally was.
well, that sounds worth studying.
So you would say you're wise beyond your years, perhaps?
Nice.
And anyhow, I feel like lacking direction. We should probably do this dinner rendezvous with whoever the hell the metal seller is that Theron wants to hook us up with, and then what?
Well, I don't think that I should be introduced to Theron Jaren. The better that, yeah. I think with that, just pretend like I never came in.
I mean, the goodie bag's fantastic.
Well, glad that it could be useful. For sure, that was the goal.
Yes, I mean, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. It would be a shame if you caused some suspicion or something.
I anticipate that my presence would be problematic. So I'll be around. I just won't be visible.
Are you just going to be wearing your hood all the time? I feel like that'd get quite warm.
I'm covered in fur.
That also seems like you would get quite warm. I must say, these light feathers I feel like would be better for multiple climates, but
I can regulate pretty well.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you say these light feathers? Are there owlin that have heavy feathers?
more just dense. Like they just have more feathers per inch.
Because I can't imagine feathers or fur being particularly heavy.
I mean, if feathers get covered in ice, they can get quite heavy.
Or water. That hurts a lot.
Yes.
How would your furs get covered in ice? Or how would your feathers get covered in ice?
Well, when it gets very cold, just about everything gets covered in ice.
I suppose that's true. Master Jadal, were you taking anything home?
Oh, the metals. Yes. We were going to bring some of that back to study it.
Wait. So you can just pop from here to there, right? Like you just show up and disappear, right?
Yeah,
Why do we have a ship?
because they're awesome.
Fine. Agreed.
Wait, what? You
So,
Being on the water is amazing.
no, Dozer, you've heard of the teleportation, right? And this idea that proper mages or people with the right items can just pop from place to place almost instantaneously. Like, Jajal showed up and surprised us out of nowhere from I don't know where, right?
Yes, of course. It's the helm.
What helm?
Yes,
Helm he's wearing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That level of magic is normally fairly restrictive. He's only able to do it so much because the helm is specially enchanted.
I follow. But he can do it at least once a day, right?
At least once a day.
So you could just go back to Dark Tail right now and just like, boop, gone, right?
I
Pretty
still
much.
don't understand why the question for why a ship. It has its limitations. It cannot bring.
And it's only the one person that has it.
Yeah, and Sunder, do you not like ships?
I don't love ships. They're fine.
Oh, okay. Do we need to talk about it?
It's fine.
You may have picked the wrong place to get work.
All right. Imagine.
You laugh. Sunder is a landlubber.
No. Hang on. Don't accuse me of that. Let's just imagine fire is good on their ships, but it's bad on your ship, right?
Yes.
So if you're good at fire on a ship for a while, you might regard it as like dangerous by the rest of the crew, right? They might imagine you might, I don't know, start a fire for no reason or something, just get bored or drunk or something, and then suddenly start fires. Like it's terrible, but like it might happen in theory, right?
I'm not worried about it. I'd knock you out.
You have been fairly adamant about me learning Fireball.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd heard that
ships are
Jajal
fine.
knew somebody that was prone to doing stuff like that.
Starting fires.
On the ship? Impressive.
We had somebody who was quite spicy,
Capable.
fiery, a very fiery personality.
A pyromaniac.
Elementally attuned.
Funny enough, their name was Pyro.
Sounds
But he
like a word.
wore
with
a wig or something. No, he could turn his hair off.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm vague on the details, and I don't remember a lot of how it worked. But I remember he could turn his hair off and put it
I
away.
think I'd remember he can turn his hair off. It sounds like a thing I remember.
There's a lot of things I should be remembering, but I think they all just get muddled down, and I don't remember a lot of them.
Nope, that's perfect. That sounds about right.
So anyhow, I don't have a problem with boats in general, but I prefer to keep an eye on their boats and not. Anyways, it's fine. This is fine.
The metals are back in our storage locker.
Okay.
I have a few. Actually, quite. I think. Well, didn't we take? Did we take some into the hotel, or did we just bring it back to the storage locker?
No, I think we had kept it all at the storage locker.
And then Bernardo, and then who else can use it?
I mean, if you've got a good chunk you wouldn't mind letting us take back and dissect and analyze, we don't intend to take all of it for whatever purposes that you've got, but
You
it
can
is
take
something of
all it.
interest.
Oh, well, not right. We should have enough for the business to start.
Plenty. We have like thousands, don't we?
Sorry?
We have tons and tons. And wait, no.
If
We have
no.
we have 20 bars. We had split with Dogson and Bernardo evenly. So we have 20-pound bars of mithril.
So 400 pounds or so.
And if we were to make some kind of... And then I don't know quite how much of the quick mithril we have. I know we brought a sample to Bernardo, but we had... That is sealed in numerous jars. Jars? That's not the right word.
Vials, maybe.
No.
Flasks? I don't know.
Drip
We'll see.
kits.
But I can see taking some or most or all of it if you want, but
Crucibles.
that's for
Not
cooking.
metal French press.
And then no, it was sealed in like iron boxes because he was like, yeah, we don't want this getting out. And then, so we've got the mithril bar. We've got 20 mithril bars. We've got a number of these iron boxes sealed with the quick mithril. And then we have vials of the amniotic fluid. But I don't know the numbers on those.
So, does after the destruction here, is there any type of like governing authority at this point, or how do people get prosecuted for crimes?
Kind of. The Zalezo are pretty tapped out right now. They're a bunch of volunteers that try their best to police crimes, but like it's kind of martial law and kind of like, do you actually get seen or not? It's not consistent.
After the storm, what was left of the guard is all volunteer.
And they're doing great, mostly.
Well, the only thing I could think of, I don't have much on me outside of what I brought over, but if you were looking to plant some paraphernalia on this Theron person to, if you find evidence but not enough to condemn him, you could take this item and see if you could plant it on him.
What item?
Hold out your hand.
Sunder will awkwardly hold out his hand.
And let's see, how much is this?
What's that too?
Please don't actually ingest and or take this. It's highly addictive, and I don't want to be held responsible for that. So I was saving it for this instance, but a little
It's
bit of
not
dragon's
suited, is
blood.
it? Oh. Dragon's blood. Okay.
Good thing you didn't give that to level 9s. They would have already taken it.
You're not wrong. Okay, I can hold that for now. Yeah.
If it
Oh,
turns to it, you can plant it on him, and
I thought we were looking to see if he was actually a problem.
being able to identify the guilt and finding concrete evidence can sometimes be a muddling line. And this is just supposed to give you a little bit of extra help if you need it.
I see.
That or the other members of the council told him to get rid of it, and he
I
didn't
was tired
actually
of
want
keeping it
to.
in my pockets. I tried making my own alcohol once, and it really just turned into a highly caustic and flammable barrel.
Is that where they got the term fire wine from?
I wish. It wasn't even something you could ingest.
That Dozer disapproves. That's fine. Got it. Hold on. Reload that save. So, Jajal, do you think, well, with all that's going on, do you think the old band of yours will get back together?
Did you say evil band?
Your old band.
Oh, old band. Well, I don't really like to think like it's ever fallen apart. It's just been responsibilities.
Fair enough. Just remember, the more of us that die, the more people to rely on your conscience.
You're not allowed to die.
And I just like point randomly at one of the guys. I don't even know, but one of them bitches died.
Wait, who does he end up pointing to?
Wait, hold on. But who does she point to? There's okay, hold on. It's Will. Sunder is the one.
No, that seems about right.
it happens sometimes. So how much myth are you taking back with you? What's the number? Because we can sell it, but it's probably more valuable in Darktoe, right?
Well, from what it sounds like, it's however much we want to give him.
Yeah, and whatever you need in funds, just let me know, and we could probably arrange another drop.
I mean, changing to cash is more difficult, but if you have cash and you need mithril, then that's a pretty good trade.
There should have been some in the box.
There is, but like, if we give you a pile of cash or a pile of mithril and you bring back some cash, that's great. But like,
oh, am I getting squeezed right now? This is fun.
Yeah, there should be at least 3,000. Tola gave up 1,000. Like,
no.
So
I am surprised Thola gave that up. Even
she is very frugal, but she's actually been doing really well for herself lately. So.
All I can say is keep up the good work, and you will be rewarded.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys know about this, but man, church's attendance went up after Crisis. Okay, that's pretty much how it is on Darktoe.
Yeah, that's kind of like work, though.
Yeah, for sure. But there's other things outside of that, you know. Oh, we know. Actually, the Mal we've been talking to for the last 3 months is a simulacrum. Like, Mal's actually on vacation somewhere.
It's obviously way too adult to be Mal. Way too adult.
Amazing.
Mal's actually back on that island where we found the Quaddle. Just on the beach.
Suntan, foil, bathing
Yeah, it's made a
oil.
simulacrum of her and Mal, and they're just like,
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's just
vacation time.
the Quetzalcoatl list is just like waving its like color feathers like on them, like a little feather wand, like a hand feather fan. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
What's
but
next, y'all?
can you do an illusion so the passing pirate ships think they see like mermaids? That'd be perfect, actually.
I think honestly today we're kind of wrapping everything up. We're gonna give maybe Jajal 50 pounds, 100 pounds,
Oh, I was thinking like half.
so
Half is
200 pounds. I don't care. Well, let me know so Melanie can put it in the box.
50-50.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Bless you. Cass learned seeming, so you guys actually just are mermaids on the beach.
Anyways, so yeah, half, so 200.
And then how many of the, because I don't think we ever actually established, we just stated. So how much of the quick mithril did we manage to put into, because we had sealed it in like iron boxes because the dachshund was worried about it like seeping into the ground and potentially like causing havoc. And then amniotic fluid.
Right. Did they just turn to like an iron mold? Like, is it just an iron?
Well, the quicksilver is still liquid. That was the whole thing of it.
Oh, I thought it turned solid. My bad. That's me.
No. We put it into just the iron boxes that he sealed, so that way we wouldn't have an incident of mithril creatures within the city. And then the amniotic fluid was like a pre-metal, if I believe it was the term that you used, Matt. That you could like put other metal into it, and it would like mess with it.
Yeah. It was with it was one of the mithril things because there was two pieces of the mithril, right? There was the type that it interacted with biological life.
Yes. So I don't remember exactly what the thing was. I just know that it was the shell we turned into the bars.
Hmm.
The actual Onkeg babies was the quick mithril, but then there was also the amniotic fluid around them that you had described as like a pre-metal that if we had put other metals into it, it would like take their form or something like that. Like it would take those attributes instead. Something to that effect. I don't remember exactly.
All right, so in
Let
my
me see if I
thing,
can find it in my notes.
Yeah, that's fine. But anything else? Is they're looking at that?
No, darling, we're good over here.
Yeah, I think the Jajal conversation and then pushing off the adamantium maybe, and then dinner with Farron, Jaren, his fence maybe.
Okay. So, what would you like to do next? Specifically. So, what's the next step?
I guess I don't think I had time or checked on Bernardo if he was done, but he said 3 to 5 days. I don't remember. So
That's a little, yeah.
We don't have to role play that. I just pop my head in and be like, "Yo, Bernardo!" He like shake his head. I'm like, "All right."
Yeah. Okay. So Bernardo does have some stuff for you. But I don't think I'm gonna. So what they're able to get you here. Got the right thing here. Yeah. Yes. They've been working on specifically the amniotic fluid bit and kind of distilling it, seeing what they could do with some of it from the egg that you gave them. And they have two what look like shine, like kind of the dull mithril color of potions. And as they wave it, it's liquidy, so it's not like pure, but you could tell like the other stuff, like they kept it sealed and it would move and try to find something to latch onto. This is not. This seems to be, at least like when opened up, somewhat inert.
Ooh, that viscosity gotta be fucking nice.
Yeah, it looks very syrupy.
Yeah.
And he goes, right, I was able to get these so far. You can definitely use these for now because honestly, I can make a lot of money selling these. But I just want to thank you of all this raw material. This will give you a temporary coating of mithril to your skin.
Wow, that's impressive.
And it actually, I think, from what I can tell, it coats your brain a little bit. It's only temporary, but it gives you all the type of. It's really nice. In a jam, this will help you out.
Does it allow the magic types to still continue their magic if they drink this?
Oh yes, absolutely. But it's very powerful, so it would have a strong reaction with any other potions if you were to have them at the same time.
Oh, I can't wait to try this out. I can't wait to see your shiny trunk.
All right. So 2 of the amniotic potions that function as potions of invulnerability.
Cool.
Okay, so it would have been like 900 pounds of the embryonic. Not 900. That's wrong. No, yeah, no. I'm doing that math wrong. Oh yeah, 30 times 30 because it was 30 eggs. I don't know how much would have spilled, but it was 30 eggs and 30 pounds of the embryonic or amniotic. I'm not actually sure which is correct. Fluid per egg, and then the creatures. It was like 10 pounds of the quick mithril. So we've got it would have been fairly substantial amount of each based off of the well, maybe less,
so now I found, it was a pre-metal in that it when reacted with something usually biological, it will coat with metal.
Okay.
And it's to usually a deadly extent, but Bernardo has distilled it and done some stuff to it, and actually used like a lot of it in this process to get it like good, and taken away that it had like kind of that weird intelligence to it, like but more of a vicious, like very remedial sentience, but they seemingly have done that. So and in the future, you can spend, because of Bernardo knowing you and having this connection, he will sell you one of these a day for 100 gold. But he's out now.
Yeah. Well, because we only gave him some. Dang.
And the rest he's using to, sell at a higher price. If you want to pay 5,000 gold, he'll give you one.
We gave him 24,000 gold worth of mithril. What do you mean?
Right, and he did research for you, and you paid for his services. You could probably negotiate, but the point is, and for that every day, he'll sell you 100 gold.
No, that potion sounds cool. So then, the one to Jaw would probably we could probably give to Jaw like half of what, so like 5 or 10 bars, depending on how much he wants to take back. If we're actually trying to sell this ourselves, because it's still 100 pounds of mithril. That's a number of weapons, or half, whatever. The creature, the quick mithril, we can either just be like, hey, this is like way too dangerous for us to keep holding on to. Because Bernardo hasn't really gotten any further on that, right? Of like he made the mithril fly and tracked it. But other than that, he hasn't really found anything.
His
for
research
it.
has been for these potions so far.
Oh, okay. So, but it was using the fluid, right? Not the quick mithril.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's a lot of directions.
Just
He's
studying
basically
all of it together.
He
Yeah.
began making progress with this, so he put his energy towards that.
Yeah. That's
Basically, he was like,
so
"Oh, I think I can do something here."
How much do we need? Would we need to leave him of the stuff to continue? Because like it's a limited supply stuff.
Yeah,
as far as we're aware, because we couldn't get back to the Onkeg.
Yeah, it really depends how much you're. I mean, you just give him what you. I would just give him the amount, and here's what he can do.
Okay. So
I would say based on like your. I would say based on where Darktoe is currently, you have some talent at potentially being able to use raw material like mithril bars, but you don't have a lot of expertise in like the things for quick mithril, nor the stuff for the amniotic fluid. So that's where potentially someone like Bernardo would help you out,
mm-hmm.
And then they wouldn't necessarily be as useful to you on Darktoe.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Half of our just bars, and then maybe just some of, like maybe a third of the other two things, so that way Darktoe can start doing their own research. We have an actual alchemical library.
Yeah, I mean, like whoever can use it is probably my best answer. Or again, like we're here for a reason. If we can supply the war effort or the spy effort in some way, that's the goal.
Uh-huh.
So 200 pounds of mithril. 300 pounds of the amniotic. Which word is it? Because I don't. Is it embryonic like in an egg, or is it amniotic like mammal?
You know what? I'm using them interchangeably.
Okay,
that's not.
I just because I'm getting confused by the word.
I mean, let's. What the heck is this stuff called?
I don't know what the difference is.
See if the internet can tell us. Can anyone tell us in the comments what is the fluid in an egg called?
Embryonic, not amniotic.
Embryonic.
Amniotic is for mammals.
Okay, so it was literally just the type of creature that it's coming from. Got it. I had it right in my head. I was like, which is it? Because I kept saying
that makes sense.
Embryonic
sounds like
any
embryo to me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. Any embryo is embryonic.
Yeah.
Amniotic is specific
fluid.
to. Well, it's also about blood exchange pouches, but yeah.
Got it. Okay. So, because I'm just putting it in the.
I know my prefixes.
Okay, so.
Apparently, it's the albumin.
For chickens, yes.
Yeah.
But the amniotic sac is the vessel by which, in mammals, the host and the zygote exchange blood and nutrients.
Okay. So we are officially going to call it the amniotic, right? Okay. So, or embryonic. Do we say which one did you say?
Embryonic.
Okay. Officially for this game, embryonic.
Cool.
We're going with it.
I put it in mid game. What we're sending back with Jajal.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so because so yeah, I guess I would try to negotiate with Bernardo. Like, we paid for his services in the mithril bars, so we either want like a percentage of the potions that he's selling, or he's got to just provide us with potions. Maybe it's one a day, but like at no cost, because he's also getting to sell some to make more money, and we already paid for his services to do the research. Because 24,000 gold is a lot.
It's actually pretty good for the research, actually. I mean, like,
I have no clue how it would compare, D&D. But for level 5s, that's a huge sum of money to give away.
You didn't really give him the money. You gave him something he could sell to protect. Like, you gave him something he starts to put in work to put in. So it's, but yeah, I think,
because then we're still providing, like, he can make the thing, which is fine, but we're providing the actual things that he needs to make the thing.
Yeah. And he's letting you have this crazy thing for about 100 gold too, because also having potions that you can do for resistance for level 5s is still pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so it's full resistance when you take it for a minute. Okay,
that's what invulnerability does. It's resistance to all damage for 1 minute.
Oh shit, I did not.
So that's what you're getting. You're getting something pretty sweet. So
yeah. Okay, I didn't catch that part.
Okay.
Damn, Jonathan, where you been, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to figure out the difference between amniotic and embryonic, okay?
Obviously, the wrong shit. We're not in medical class. It's not veterinarian class, man.
Look, I'm a nerd in all aspects. I want to make sure I'm saying the right things.
I respect it.
Yeah, technically it's a Colaza or something, but we're just going to go with something that's easier to...
And then also trying to find out how much of the other stuff we had so we could get this done properly. Okay, so that's all I have with him. With Bernardo, that's what we're giving to Jajal. Yeah, I'm good. For
all right. So while you're here, there is a knock on Bernado's door, and it goes, hello, in a soft voice. Yes, I heard you had mithril to sell. I am curious. We are interested. Or I represent some people who would be possibly could move this really quick for you. Oh yeah, this would be good. I don't have much use for the metal. This is other stuff. He opens the door.
Standing by.
He goes, "Oh, are you busy?" He looks at all of you and he goes, "Oh, these are friends of mine. They can hear anything." And coming in is a pale yellow-skinned tiefling woman, dressed in fairly plain clothes. As she goes, yes, I had heard that you had come into a hefty amount of mithril, and I'm curious how much you'd be interested in selling. Well, how much are you interested in buying? I have quite a lot. If you're willing to part with it, I would buy everything you have.
I took a look outside when she came in. Is there anyone outside?
Make a perception check.
I will do that.
At disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Okay. 17.
17. You see one displaced dirt mound that looks like maybe they could be footprints, and it moves slightly, like as if someone is pacing in a small circle back and forth.
I'll just close the door and stand in front of it. on the inside.
That's menacing. Close the door behind this lady. And it's like blocking the path.
I haven't folded my arms yet. Come on, man.
Yeah. She looks and she's like, so how much do you have? And
Yes,
Renato, yeah, he'll steal a glance, I think, at Sunder.
Sunder will nod like, okay, let's find out.
And he goes, I have 400 pounds. Her eyes get a little wide. Well, I will not be so rude as to ask where that has come from. But if you get more, let me know.
Sunder speaks up and says, stop me for a second, but like 400 pounds is not small. Can I at least ask you who your buyer is or what your direction is you're sending this towards? Because like there's been conversations, some recent conversations around how to move that much of this material recently, and no one seems to bite. Why are you so curious?
She smiles a bit. Well, let's say I am willing to purchase it for 10,000 platinum.
Let's see.
Go
10,000 platinum for 400
Mr. Bernardo.
offered number.
And for that, Mr. Bernardo, I will not answer these questions. And I ask for, well, a certain amount of discretion, should anyone come asking.
Keep on looking at my spell slots, looking for detect thoughts like I have spells. Everyone needs to be telepathic. Everyone.
Hey, you had a level 4 ASI. You could have taken telepathic.
I understand that I'm with others, but I'm sure with the amount I'm offering, you can make sure that these friends of yours stay quiet as well. But I will take this off your hands, and you never need hear from me again, of course, unless I hear you have more.
You actually raise an interesting point because, and I'm not speaking for Bernardo at all, if someone has 400 pounds, they may have more. But the nature of the relationship may change based on who the buyer is, in theory. I wouldn't know. I'm just, curious on behalf of.
Yes. Well, like I said, for now we don't need any questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the sum is not suitable to you, Mr. Bernardo, then I guess I can leave.
Just, again, not involved in the transaction, just curious. One more time. This is my last time, I promise you. Are you aware of the idea that Mithril, as it shows up in various places, is traceable back to its origin point? And therefore, if it shows up in various battlefields or armor or weapons, it's quite likely someone with the right skill might be able to possibly know where it came from.
Indeed.
Okay.
And that's enough money for Mr. Bernardo to relocate if he needs to.
It is. It definitely is, yes. 10,000 platinum. Wow.
Wouldn't it
on such a sum
be a bad idea, Mr. Bernardo, for you to use this to finance such a backup plan?
I like Melanie being, she's kind of smart, but also dumb and things. But she's confident. And that's where a lot of her, mix of
Confident but stupid.
Exactly. That's where her mix of intelligence and wisdom comes from, is that she thinks she can do more than what her abilities is. So she speaks out of turn. And she says, but Bernardo, what about that sale of 100 that we were just talking about? That you were going to sell to me, possibly? You're going to let someone outbid me in front of my face?
Well, we can certainly deduct that from the amount. I don't wish to cause problems for you, Mr. Bonato. I truly don't. So, that is 75% less than that. That would be 7,500 platinum pieces. And he kind of taps his fingers a bit. So, yeah. I think we could do the 300. I mean, why not? So excellent. And we can make this transaction very quick. I happen to have with me 2 bags. One has your payment, the other can have the product placed into it, please.
I think those are just sitting there slack-jawed that they offered 4 times the going rate, and it's just like his mind is worrying, trying to figure out what on earth, like what did he miss in his like study of the mithril since we found it, like in whatever he could find, whatever he could remember, like what on earth is he missing that this mithril could be used for outside of like weapons and armor, and it's just trunk fully drooped, like just basically spaced out, just trying to
give me an Arcana check.
What this could be.
Isn't everyone so happy that Melody just likes to speak?
20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
You are confused.
Damn.
Just perception check at the very least. Like, does she think she's getting a good value here? Does she seem like she understands what she's buying, or does she seem like she's just like whatever the fuck it takes?
Give me an insight check.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I was like, that's not perception.
Insight,
You're trying to
perception.
Yeah,
so you're trying to deduce
16.
13?
16.
16. He you know an intimidation when you see it. This money is meant to put forth that she has power and she's not to be double-crossed. And things like don't let people know. You might want to get out of here, and part of it is being straightforward and also washing our hands of anything that could befall someone because of some of the things you even brought up. A bit of intimidation, a bit of you're nothing to me out of this transaction. Here's the money to sever this connection.
Matt, has she been here for at least a minute?
Yes.
Can I get her to class? Can I get her creature type and armor class?
Creature type and armor class.
Yes.
Okay.
With my hunter's instincts.
She's a tiefling.
Okay, she is actually good tiefling. Cool.
She currently has an AC of 23.
Okay, and then I need to.
Did it look like she was wearing armor?
Yeah.
No,
So
she's wearing cloth clothing.
I need to wear an investigation check on a DC that equals 5 plus basically her level. Okay, to get if she has any resistance or immunities and any vulnerabilities.
Level or challenge rating, I'm assuming?
Yes, her level or challenge rating. Correct.
Okay.
Depending on what she's doing.
Correct. So for me, I only got an 11.
No.
I don't get those. I still look in awe because she has an AC of 23 right now with fucking my pajamas on. So
Yeah, I would say because I think you get some information with that. Because it's not just like I don't know. It's not like the animes that's like ding ding AC 23. What?
Right.
What?
Right.
It's not
Like
the
I'm
effect here.
observing.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
observing this. So it's
You mean Melly didn't cast Scan from Final Fantasy?
yeah, man. Yeah. Or these things. So looking at her very closely, partially you see her clothing is woven. You think it's yeah. I want to give this to you because of your ability. It is woven from a mithril made fabric.
Oh.
I thought it was supercharged Pride Silk.
In addition, due to its nature, it doesn't interfere with magics that usually couldn't go into effect when someone has armor on.
Right.
She is wearing more money than she's offering.
Right.
Who
Fair enough.
was it that cast suggestion on Jajal's girlfriend and said, "Hey, drop your valuable Cassandra. Can we just get her to drop her valuables?"
Hey, get naked. Get naked right now.
Cass is a good jail free card. Come on.
Let me see.
Suggestion: drop your valuables, please, and leave and never come back.
So
And forget you were ever here.
So basically, as this is happening, she is beginning to. She puts it in. Bernard puts his hand in. You can see him think for a moment and just begin to pull out like tons of money. He's like, okay, puts it back in. Doesn't think to count it. Actually, no, he does. It's funny. He does like take a sample of the coins and put them into this box. He shakes up the box, opens the box, and nods. Puts it back.
what's the total weight of the bags of coins, roughly?
50 pounds.
Fuck me.
It's just a bag. She handed Bernardo 2 bags of holding.
Yeah.
No, you guys. This woman was doing fucking pec raises with 50 pounds in each arm. What are you talking about, man? This lady is strong as shit.
I can't swap bags if they don't weigh similar. Like 16 pounds of rations is not a good trade. I can't swap the bags. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no.
Raises with 50 pounds in each arm. Oh my god.
So she puts this and he begins pushing, opens up his closet or storage area, begins putting
Bars
the
and
mithril, bars and bars, leaving 100 and nods at Mel. And she goes, thank you again.
I'll help carry them, I guess.
Well, I mean, they're you don't have to take him now. It's fine. And she nods. She goes, "Thank you, Mr. Bernardo. Good health to you." And
If you
opens
were,
Hmm?
you said you were looking for more potentially. Do you have a calling card?
she stops. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
With my +3, I'm gonna use my inspiration before this finishes rolling. Okay. I was like, wait, I have one. Let me use it. Okay, so 20 or 22.
Huh?
22.
Yeah,
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
He attempts to push deep into your mind with detect thoughts, and word gets around, and she goes to leave.
I opened the door for her for sure.
But you suspect she did deliberately try to immediately get where this was from you,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to make a deal.
yeah.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen when you fucking asked.
Hey,
But
hey.
I'm not mad at you, bro. I love you. I would have done the same thing if I was you.
I can't keep a secret to save my life or anyone else's. That is literally my flaw.
Which I love.
I am horribly,
Which is very
horribly
fun.
awkward in social situations. Is my personality trait.
So
Oh,
taking this bag, she leaves, and you can tell that she takes some wider paths.
going to send Toth to tail her as long as he can.
Okay.
At distance, like 60 feet behind, just like, where is she headed, roughly?
Give me a stealth check.
Is he invisible?
He's always invisible.
Well,
So give me it with advantage.
Until sufficiently unfucked, but yes.
and then add pass without a trace because I went too.
Ooh, yeah. That's going to be... that would be a 30 on the die with the pass without trace. For Toth.
Do you want Jajal to roll too?
Yeah, go ahead, Jajal. Now, very importantly, you don't get the pass without trace.
Oh, well, it was still fit 30.
You provide it. Yeah.
30 without a pass without trace. That is just...
I've missed that.
It's literally how I felt.
Like, I used to complain about when I would get nat 20s on initiative, but I'm not gonna lie, I missed my plus 15 initiative with advantage.
We had
And
some
fixing
times.
you guys.
We had some times.
Yes. So,
Which
yeah.
might be.
Very expertly, you track her to a place called the Vogue Rogue. She enters in. It is, especially because Jajal's here, while maintaining, you can tell, likely invisibility, you clock at least 10 creatures with her. Though they're invisible. That have entered in. And them stay invisible, her simply going up. They enter a room. Do you want to push your luck to try to get into the room?
For Toth, yeah.
Yeah, might as well go for Rogue.
Okay. This is going to be DC 25s, but you do have passing. You do have just Jajal be Jajal.
Right.
So
No
Jajal
advantage,
just
right?
needs to roll a 10 or higher.
Hey, that's
I'm
only a 55% chance of success.
I'm going to pop an inspiration with that too.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have reliable talent?
Not yet. I just
Oh, okay.
have luck on my side.
Okay, never mind.
You also have luck, or lucky. But you already have advantage from being invisible, my guy. Inspiration doesn't do anything for you.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yeah,
about...
yeah, you are invincible. Duh, hood up. Oh my god.
35.
Shit, Will.
35.
Nice. And
For
Jajal?
Toth.
You better burn that lucky.
I'm going to use a
You rolled double sixes, so that was double fives, double nines, and now double sixes on our advantage rolls.
Bad math.
Jesus Christ.
Do I only reroll one or both?
Correct.
Yeah.
You
One.
won't.
Regular.
Oh, my god!
I'm not seeing this. What do you get?
A third
You got
six.
another 6.
Can I
You
spend
got
another
another
point?
one.
Oh, he does have lucky, so he still.
Yeah, with lucky,
Oh, yeah,
you
could
can
keep-
spend it. Yeah.
You can keep going. That's true.
I swear.
Oh
this
my
game.
god, dude.
I might as well just spend the
Seven
last
on the
one.
You got
I mean,
one.
why
No,
not?
the last
luck
luck
one.
die.
Dude, that's fucking.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Holy shit.
It only took 5 rolls.
How'd that song
Wow.
go? 6675309.
Right.
Pushing it, then in the room, and there. So just as the door's closing, you and Toth get in, and once there, invisibility drops on the other ones here. They are various humanoids. Nothing necessarily that like sticks out sorely to you. They do not speak, but they all form around as she begins to draw with chalk on the floor. After around a minute, the chalk lights up quickly as they all jump in.
Oh my god, is your jaw going? Oh my god, is your jaw going?
Now I want to.
Dude, you totally know you are going to, dude.
Is it clear what they're saying or doing, or is it entirely foreign to us?
I mean, I'm sure I've seen a teleportation circle by that point.
Yeah. Jajal, you fully know what a teleportation circle is. You would recognize this. Sunder? I mean, make a...
I mean, he's got Arcana at least. He's been studying artifacts for a while.
Yeah, I think... I think, to me, in Exandria, I think it's common enough. I really do.
we did see one in the warehouse too. So.
Yeah, you did. That's right. So you've seen teleportation circle before. So, yeah, I mean, like businesses use them, so it's not entirely like you want to know what one was.
Is it clear where it goes? Is there some concept of
No.
You would have to know the specific formula for that she wrote
Right.
out. To know
What
where
she
it
said,
led.
yeah.
and Arcana doesn't help, right?
I mean, it would be like a 27 Arcana check.
Which I can't make. Okay, cool.
Like it would be pretty insane.
I didn't
Especially
burn,
as quickly as it is.
I didn't burn all of my lucky points for no resolution, so I'm jumping.
And Toth is too, because he just doesn't care if he lives or dies on this planet.
Right, and plus
Oh,
you got a
easy.
helm, right? You can teleport.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you just don't go into a place where you can't teleport out of. You know, good luck, bud. Slap on the ass.
So you jump in.
Yep.
And we'll end there for tonight.
Oh,
my
fucking
goodness.
A.
Wow.
Oh man.
Woo, that got real interesting real quick.
Yeah, dude. Good shit, y'all. Good shit.
It was a very chill session until then.
Yeah.
No, I love that. That's, yeah, gotta expect it.
Amazing. Those of you watching, thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Oh, that's so fun.